As a research supply company, this is our obligation and we will fulfill it. Hey, Research Chem, no you fucking won't. You're not doing it. All these TikTokers and all these Instagrammers doing open use, just straight up adding you in their bios and telling kids, children, who do you think sees these dudes and is like, yo, this is dope? I cannot be the only person seeing this pendulum swing.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
I'm warning you guys, like this shit is fucking crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a good one for you guys today. We are going to take a look at open steroid use, the likes of which we've never really seen before from some young gentlemen. And I would imagine that it creeps into kind of like the teenager realm, but you'll see what I'm looking at. We're going to jump right into it. But first, today's sponsor is Transparent Labs. Now, the two products I'm currently using are the 100% grass-fed whey. I am using this flavor, chocolate peanut butter. It's incredible. What I love about it is that it's 5 total ingredients, I think. Grass-fed whey, peanut flour, cocoa powder, natural chocolate flavor, sodium chloride, and stevia. 6 total ingredients. Definitely the best whey I've ever had. And then we have our pre-workout, which is lean as the pre-workout. I think the great thing about Transparent Labs is that it is Informed Sports certified. So if you compete in something where there is drug testing, you will know for sure that you will not be popped for anything that could sneak its way into a pre-workout or any supplement for that matter that happens sometimes.
Oh, busted.
I take the whey before training, after training, and then a little bit more before bed. And then obviously I take the pre-workout before working out. Woo! And so far they've been great. So check out the link in the description and use code Zack at checkout. David J. Rao on Instagram. David Rao just started a YouTube channel. Now this guy gets millions of views and plays on his Instagram. And we're just going to look at like what that looks like. So here we go. This is him as a natural. And then this is him on gear. The caption here says 50-pound difference, and yet I feel smaller. It's very interesting, man. Bodybuilders think that like that's kind of like a mark of toughness, is like knowing that their body dysmorphic. So yeah, as we swipe through here, we're going to go up from there. He's flashing his steroids, taking his orals, and then injecting and pinning tests or whatever, some compound directly into his delt and then flexing. Same kind of thing, same thing, running it back. As you swipe down through this, you'll see it's very similar thing. And he runs it every single time. This is the formula. Do the steroids, go to the gym and flex. But there's some interesting ones as well from Shane Stauffer. We're going to take a look at one in particular.
All right, cycle number 2 is done. Let's do a review. On the left here, 190 pounds. We're cruising on 150 test. And on the right, this is after 20 weeks of ripping gear. Just under 225 pounds here. The cycle is 500 test, 400 primo. In the last 12 weeks, we added 50 to 75 milligrams of Anavar pre-workout. And in the last 6 weeks, we added 30 milligrams of Superdrol pre-workout. And I'm pretty fucking stoked with the gains. So let's talk about what went well and what didn't. As far as the mental side effects go, it was fucking awesome. 9 out of 10 days, I felt extremely confident, extremely productive. No one could tell me shit. No one could give me shit because I'm too focused on what I'm doing. And then 1 out of 10 days, I would feel like shit and just lay in bed all day, but it happens. As far as the physical side effects, using the stack that's in my highlights on my Instagram, I was able to mitigate almost all of the negative ones. No hair loss, no acne, obviously a ton of muscle gain, more vascular. But we did get gyno, the lady nip, pretty bad. And that's because I let it happen. My first cycle, I crashed my estrogen to prevent any gyno, which worked. I didn't get gyno, but I also felt like shit and it slowed my gains. So this cycle, I decided to say, fuck it. I'm going to let the estrogen run high, get some lady nip, and I'm just going to get it cut out later. And it reflected on my physique and mental health very positively. The ideal testosterone to estrogen ratio is going to be...
This is crazy. I felt great 9 out of 10 days. Well, you should, dude. You're 22 years old or however. I don't know how old these two guys are, but I think I saw somewhere that they're early 20s. I crashed my estrogen to prevent any side effects from occurring, with whatever it was. But this time, to relieve my stress so that I could feel better, I let it just go crazy and I let myself get lady nip or gyno, and I'll just get it cut out later. That is batshit crazy. You'll just get a surgery later. I'll just deal with the surgery later. For what? I mean, it's actually crazy, right? But this is the open use. This is the response on the internet to, we just want to know what we should do as naturals and what we should do as people that use. And we want to know the difference between the two. And so there's people who are fake natties, but then there are people who are straight up open steroid users. The problem is, I think these guys are super young, dude. They lean into the memeing of it, right? They're trying to be funny. Like, you know how you have the sigma male and the alpha male, or the alpha male and then the beta male? Instead of calling someone a beta male, they call someone a natural, which is like pretty kind of funny. Like, oh, you're not a beta male, you're just a natural. Like, these fucking naturals are trying to take me down. And again, like, I get it. They're edgelords, they're young, all of this, but like, it's going to catch up to you in such a classically, almost cinematic way. These are going to be the very guys that when they're 30, they're going to act like old guys who've been around forever, been like, man, when I was a young whippersnapper, it's like, bro, you're 30. You're 30. You are young, but you just ruined your life with hormones. I'm just breaking the surface here, guys. This is one of those topics that's like almost frustrating for me to dive into because the rabbit hole goes so deep. And we're going to take a little peek at the rabbit hole. So both Mr. Rao and Mr. Stouffer here, sponsored by or something with Research Chem Store. And that's going to be the main thing that we look at here. This is researchchem.store. 36,300 followers, following 9 people. Let's see who they're following. Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Novo Nordisk, Moderna, 23andMe, GSK, Harvard Medical School, AbbVie. Like, what? What weird. Anyways. So the top thing is not for human consumption. Okay. Well, I'll just send you guys to David Rao and whatever the other guy's name is. I forget. To just know that that's patently untrue. Not for human consumption, but we'll send it to 22-year-olds so that they can make fucking edits about their use so they can get bigger. Let's see. I want to look at their website. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to enter in my birthday, 4/20/69. Okay, and then we're going to go over to the FAQ, frequently asked questions. And one of the things here is, why does my product say not for human consumption? Our products are not approved for medical use or the treatment, prevention, diagnosis of cure or of any disease or illness, in addition to being unsuited and unsafe for human consumption. They are not approved for sale to or possession by anyone other than someone qualified to handle them in a laboratory setting. Okay, the next thing is, why was I added to the no-sell list? We sell products that are explicitly sold for laboratory research purposes only. As a company, we have an obligation to catch and reject any orders that come from individuals who may use our products outside of their intended purpose. If you have been added to the no-sell list, then it is because our management has been given reason to believe that you have intentions of using our product improperly. Once a name has been added to this list, it is very rare that it will be removed without extensive due diligence by our staff. As a research supply company, this is our obligation under existing regulations, and we will fulfill it. Hey, Research Chem. No, you fucking won't. No, you fucking won't. You're not doing it. It's so easy to see. All these TikTokers and all these Instagrammers doing open use, just straight up adding you in their bios and telling children, who do you think sees these dudes and is like, yo, this is dope? You think it's 35-year-old men? No, it's 18-year-olds. And then they go and steal their parents' credit card, or they find a way to go on researchchem.store.com or whatever the fuck and buy compounds and ruin their fucking lives. Hey, Research Chem, here's 2 guys who are doing shit outside of a laboratory so blatantly, so unbelievably blatantly, and they're unsuited to do so. They're not doctors, and they're doing that. That scene in Zoolander where Mugatu says, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
sometimes I feel like, I'm like, is no one noticing this? Like, all anyone asks for is open use and just like, let them all take steroids and this, because it's like the ethical debate that goes into determining whether someone's natural or not, or whether they have the good genetics. It's too multivariate. It takes too much time, when in reality, fitness is just something you do after work to keep yourself healthy. It's this endless cycle of thinking that people just don't want to do. So they say, well, I want to see the biggest freak of nature. You know, I don't give a shit. That takes hard work, dedication to go to the gym, bro. Like, these two guys are working hard in the gym and blah, 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 blah. Like, the reality is, it's like, it's not that highbrow. Getting a bunch of compounds from a research chem store, taking them, and then going and doing a chest pump and an arm day, and then taking protein shakes and like having like incredibly high testosterone is not that crazy. And it's not that difficult either. But if I had to guess, doing that, period, right? That's my guess. Doing that, period, is not healthy. But doing it at like the prime of your youth and like vigor is almost uncertain. It's almost certainly unhealthy. And you will deal with the repercussions later. And like, as a society, a lot of things have changed around the talk and culture of steroid use, because a lot of men are supplementing with it, and they're doing it with a doctor and all of that. But I think, again, we have these pendulum oscillation switches that are so massive that, like, guys, I cannot be the only person seeing this pendulum swing. Okay? I'm warning you guys. I'm telling you guys. Like, this shit is fucking crazy. I want to know what you guys think. And like, if anyone goes down this rabbit hole of the research chem thing, like, just comment below. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.